National and TPA Pool in Minnesota as the best competitors in pulling roll into McLeod County Fairgrounds on June 14th and 15th. 6 Grand National classes will compete at the 2024 Power Pool Nationals multi-engine unlimited tractors, heavy Superstock diesel tractors, mini modified tractors, Pro Stock tractors, diesel Superstock 4x4 trucks, and the Super Semis. Pulling starts at 7 p.m. sharp both nights in Hutchinson, Minnesota. McLeod County Fairgrounds.
So, Bert, this next one, you got to watch Mr. Kane grab the door and shut the door as he's going down the track. Chase Steinman's jumping in now. We're live already, Chase, so behave yourself, okay? But check out this video, guys, of Mad Max. It's Alan Kane, right? Drives Mad Max, a two-wheel driver? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. He grabs the door going down the track and shuts it. This is awesome.
One hand on the door.
Yeah, that's all you need. Front wheels are in the air anyway, so.
Steering with the brakes and...
For the greatest motorsport on Earth, introducing Full Pull Live, your front row seat to all the action. Don't miss our next NTPA Pull, Power Pull Nationals, live from Hutchinson, Minnesota. Sign up at the brand new low price of $39.99 a month. Full Pull Live, the greatest motorsport on Earth, streams here.
Welcome, everybody, to the Weighing In Wednesday show. We do this every Wednesday before Grand National Hooks that Full Pull is going to be at. Tonight, I got Chase Steinman on the far right with me, Bert Forbes. Chase will be on the microphone from the Power Pull Nationals. Bert joined us at Benson, and he's going to be joining us a little bit later this summer. And my name is Jason Schultz, and I'm excited to – this is fun, guys, because everybody wants to know who's going to be there and what's the pulling order. We get a lot of pullers watching. You know, to see I kind of did a little teaser out there today on Facebook, letting everybody know who the first hook was, and then we're gonna unveil it all tonight. So, how are you doing tonight, Chase?
Good.
You excited to come to the only Grand National pull in Minnesota?
I'm stoked, man. I'm excited. I think there's going to be a lot of heavy iron there. So
it's gonna be a great time. Bert, how are you been doing, buddy?
I can't complain. We just pull all the time down here in the South right now, so I'm ready to get back up there up north a little bit and see what's going on that way.
Cool. Before we get into the lineups, a special event tomorrow night. We're going to have a full pull tailgate for the Power Pull Nationals. For those of you in Minneapolis or can get close in Champlin, Minnesota, at Elm Creek Brewery, the Foursome Unlimited, owned by David Richardson, will be on display. We're going to have all of our full pull swag there as well from 5 to 8 tomorrow night. So we're going to have some swag to give away. We're going to have stuff for sale. You can grab yourself a No Practice Podcast t-shirt or get yourself a full pull hat or whatever you're looking for, though. So I got some posts up there about that on social media. But again, let's dive into the good stuff, guys, and talk about these lineups. So we're off to a good start. This will be our third week of the year. We went Benson 2 nights in a row. Farley, we got Friday night in. Mother Nature said, you know what? I don't want you to have Farley Saturday night. And that really stinks because the Simons, they worked really, really hard on that venue. I know a lot of people were excited, and they had 130 hooks. So in these classes, it was 37, I think 37 two-wheel drives. You might have been 35, but it was an awesome show. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it at all on fullpull.live, but I was there, and it was awesome, baby.
It was definitely one heck of a show. In fact, me and my daughter stayed up till about 9:30 watching it, and she finally fell asleep watching it. So it was a heck of a show.
It was a good time. It was a good time. So, Chase, polling-wise, what's been going on in your world out there, out east?
Well, we had a lot of rain early on the season, and finally we just this past couple weeks we've been finally getting going. So I know we're all super excited to actually get some hooks in finally.
Good.
And that's what I was tuning into Full Pull Live every once in a while, checking. We were actually live at events. So I was checking in both from the live events and from you guys too. So.
Well, good deal. Well, guys, let's get right into it. I'm going to bring the lineup. So I'm going to share my screen when I get the right screen up here. Give me a second. I got to make sure I do the right thing. I had it working earlier, I promise. This is what happens when you prepare, right? So, there it is. Okay, cool. So we're going to kind of go through each class, guys, and talk about it. For those of you who have any comments, please throw them in the chat there, and we'll put them up there on the screen and get going with some stuff. But super excited again. Power Pole Nationals. This is hosted by Ricky and Julie Rose. They're the promoters up there. Of course, they have the Giddy Up Unlimited, and Unlimited is one of our classes there. So this is straight from the NTPA here. This sheet, I'll blow it up a little bit so we can read it a little bit better. For those of you maybe watching on your phone or different things like that. I was trying to get Travis Schlabaugh to come on tonight as one of our guest pullers, I guess, come on and talk about it. Sorry, I forgot about how to work English there a little bit. I was looking for the chat, see if we have any comments in there yet. So we're just start out Superstock diesels, tractors Friday night. This is the first official points hook for the diesel tractors this year. And I know this is the closest one for Esden Lane and the Redline Fever. And he's down there hooking towards the bottom of the class. Joe Dagenhart will be hook number 1 with the Dagenhart Kent Payne Super Rooster. He is your Grand National Champion from 2023. And then he also, PK's jumping in. If you remember, Kent Payne won the Open Super Class, and Bert and PK and I were out in Benson on Saturday night. Chris Rackner, the Long Haul Harvester, won one of the hooks in Hutchinson last year, if I remember correctly. Steve Burge, Lock and Load. Roger Peterson, just another one of the few John Deeres in the class. Colin Ross, Triple Bypass. I know he won one of the sessions last year as well. Actually, I think he had the longest hook of the entire season in Grand National Pulling, like at 394 in Hutchinson. Matt Goodwin with the Intimidator. We haven't seen him out. He was in Sandwich last year in a Diesel Supers. Then there's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Esden Lane out of Dayton, Minnesota with the Redline Fever. Blake Graves out of Ackerley, Texas with the Red Horse. Guy Bleckinger, Sleepless Nights. Travis Schlabaugh and the Bone Twisters. So how many do we have there, Bert? 1, 2, 3, 4.
11.
11 of them. How awesome is that? How awesome is that?
Well, I'm looking at some of these diesels right here. We were just talking about Kent Payne. I mean, he started off at Gallatin and had a pretty strong run there. So how's he going to fare with these guys with the first official Superstock hook of the year?
Well, they're definitely a good runner. Definitely a good runner. I know with 11 in the class, it'll be hard. You'll have to have a pretty bad hook, if you're going to turn that down to come back and go. But Colin Burkholz checks in. He says, new look for the Dagenharts in 2024. I've been told it's 88 sheet metal. I can't confirm or deny, but that is the rumor. And that's what's kind of always fun, Chase, PK, and Bert. What the early hook is, who's got a new looking rig, new paint schemes, different stuff like that as we head into the third hook here of the Grand National season. If anybody has any comments, if anybody's going to Hutchinson, or if you're going to join us on fullpull.live, please type in the comments. Or maybe you're going to join us tomorrow night in Champlin, Minnesota at Elm Creek Brewery there from 5 to 8 tomorrow night. So it's going to be a great class of Diesel Supers. Just hoping they can all live and make it to Saturday night. As a Diesel Superstock owner, every time these things light, you just kind of want to go, come on, baby, just drive back to the trailer. Just drive back to the trailer. PK, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
PK,
can you hear me all right?
Yep, it's weird
Yes.
when you don't talk a lot. I get nervous that maybe you're not breathing or something like that. So, Chuck Fowler says he'll be watching on Full Pull. Again, fullpull.live, $39.99 a month. You get all of them. You can go back and, if you haven't subscribed yet, go back and watch Benson. Go back and watch Farley on Friday night. You get all of Hutchinson. You get all of Toma, and then we get into July. You guys, this is an amazing deal for those of you that can't be here. Todd Morris will be watching on fullpull.live as well. So, Diesel Supers, let's make a prediction. Let's do it. Who do you guys like? Chase Diamond, you're our rookie. Who do you like out of that class, buddy? Well, here, let me give you a little bit of a teaser. You pick 2 tractors that you think are going to finish in the top 3, and this will make a lot more sense in a couple days what I'm doing right now. But you guys each pick 2 tractors that you think will finish in the top 3.
Boy, this is a tough call because, man, they're all top running tractors. I think I'm going to have to pick Colin Ross as one of my 2, definitely, because he's local to me. So Waynesburg's not too far for me.
Are you saying like if you saw him, he'd be mad at you, Chase, for not picking him, or what?
I don't know. I feel partial. I gotta pick him for one of them.
No, I'm just picking on you. It's all good. So.
I think I got to cheer for the Texas guys too. You know,
the Red Horse.
Oh yeah,
the Red Horse. Bert, who do you like out of that bunch?
Well, I'm going to pick Steve Burge on Lock and Load, and let's go with I'm going to pick Colin Ross on that one too, on Triple Bypass.
It's hard. Colin, when that tractor runs, it's
bad.
Yeah, and fans, please pick your 2. Pick 2 out of your top 3. You pick 2 tractors right now, fans. Put it in the comments who you think will finish in the top 3. Todd Morris is watching on YouTube right now. We're live on Full Pull Facebook, everybody, and Full Pull YouTube. So Todd Morris is Colin Ross and Kent Payne. Those are good choices. PK, are you ready to make a pick, buddy? Pick 2.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
Great. I've switched it up. I'm using an iPad tonight. So I'm going to go with Travis Schlabach. I am a big fan of what the Bone Twister does, but I'm also going to go back to Kent Payne. I know that he was sampling, and I may have said like he lost a little pressure in one of his Chargers there back in Benson. And little birdie told me maybe there was actually more that meets the eye there, that maybe we can talk about this coming week. And I think he's solving something. I think he's sampling moving into the season. So I'm going to go Kent Payne for my second choice.
I like it. I like it a lot. Everybody, let us know where you're watching from tonight. Donnie Woods. Donnie, he comments on everything. We thank you so much for your support, Donnie. He's checking in from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and he's ready for this weekend. Andy Leonard's on YouTube. He says Super Rooster and Triple Bypass. So that's going to be Andy. I'm going to roll with Andy on that. I saw Colin absolutely destroy a pass up here last year on one of the nights. I don't remember what night it was in Hutch. So he knows the track. And to Phil's point, we saw Kent Payne with Super Rooster win down there in Benson on Saturday night. So those are going to be my 2 picks as well. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Weighing In Wednesday. You're talking with some of the announcers from FullPull.live. Chase Diamond, who's making his debut with us this week in Hutchinson. PK and Bert were down there in Benson. Don't forget, we will be countdown to pull time, 5 o'clock Friday, 5 o'clock Saturday. PK and Chase will be working on some guests for that as well. And we're going to bring more pullers into the booth this weekend for you as well. So send messages to us on Facebook. Let us know who you want on FullPull.live, and we would love to do that. So without further ado, guys, let's go pro stock pulling. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This class is a little bit bigger. I had it zoomed in so we could read it. I just got to zoom down my computer here. A click or 2. There we go. They all fit. Robbie Russell and the Workhorse coming out with the first hook out of the gate. James Ray with Mac Nasty. Now, James, I believe, will be driving both of Mike Conti's tractors this week. Julia Ray got the win in Farley on Friday night. If you guys haven't seen that pass yet, it was a monster pass. We put it over there on the Full Pull Facebook page. Robbie Lemke will be the third hook with New Generation Plus. Tim Kane, PK and I about jumped out of the booth when Tim Kane won Saturday night down there in Benson. That was his first win since 2019 on Grand National. Brandon Simon, Loud and Heavy X is your 5th hook. Peter Norton, Money on Black. Chance McGrath, Last Chance 2. Brent Meyer, your defending points champion. Injected Funds. There's James Ray back again on Mac Daddy. Brandon Simon on Loud and Heavy. Jack Mays on Billet Lighter. And Braden Schrammick on Youngblood. So this pro stock class is stacked. I think we had 18 or 20 of them down in Farley. Looks like we had, 12, 13?
Yep.
1,
12.
Okay, so going to be a great class of pro stocks here. So wins so far this year. Brent Meyer's got a win, Julia Ray's got a win, and Tim Kane's got a win so far on the top three, or for the first three pro stock hooks we've had. So they definitely have starting to get him dialed in a little bit. So I don't know. Let's kind of run through this, fans. Let me know what you're thinking. Give us two. Put in the comments who you think's going to win this class. Pick 2 out of 3. Throw them pick 2 vehicles that you think will finish in the top 3. And again, that's going to start making a little bit sense here in a couple of days when we have another announcement from Full Pull. Chase, because you're our rookie, you got to go first every time. How about that?
Oh, that works. I think my first choice is going to be Mac Daddy. After watching them, especially there at the truck show, I think that they've got a good season ahead of them. And I think any one of Brandon Simon's tractors is definitely looking strong this year as well.
Yeah, Todd Morris is taking Brandon Simon and Brent Meyer. Robert Miner is taking Tim Kane and Robert Russell, and Fowler is taking Billet Binder and Money on Black. Donnie Woods, he's going Mike Connie 1 and 2. James Ray, you better step it up and get your stuff together. Bert, who do you like out of that pro stock class? Give me 2.
I'm gonna go with Jack Mays on the Billet Binder, and I'm kind of Brandon Simon on either one of those. I really think those 2 tractors are pretty solid every run, and Jack, I just like that tractor.
Yeah.
So
that's what makes it fun. PK, who are you thinking? Give me 2 pro stocks for Friday night, big guy. Okay. Why do we always lose Phil's audio?
I don't know. We got to get him some earbuds.
He's like, the guy Phil. The guy works for NASCAR on Fox, and he can't even get him to figure it out. He'll have to reboot. Phil, just reboot and come back on. We'll keep moving along. He'll have to do that. Sometimes technology, as we're learning with live streaming, is a lot of fun. I'm gonna take one of Mike Connie's tractors, and I'm gonna take Brent Meyer. I like that. Brent just that I feel like injected funds is unreal this year. Just hasn't, he got 1 win. It's so hard to win at Grand National. Everybody's got the best stuff out there. It comes down to hook position, driving them, and different things like that. So that's what I like. I'm gonna take injected funds. Cameron Neve says injected funds. Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Got to see Cameron out in Ravenna, Nebraska last weekend with the Outlaws. It was great to see him again. So, all right, guys, let's jump on to Superstock diesel trucks. Pretty sure, is this the first hook, Bert, of the year for Superstock diesel trucks? I feel like it is.
It is that I've seen, yes, sir.
Because I know, well, did Lily drive their truck, Eric's truck, somewhere? Was that OSTPA maybe and picked up a win? I think I saw something on Facebook. Chase, did you see that? Or Bert?
I didn't see that.
I did not. No, I didn't either.
I feel like Lily, Colin's sister. The post was on the triple bypass motorsports team, and it said she may have a different last name, but she can still drive a Superstock diesel or something like that. That was kind of cool to see that. But anyway, Keith Witt, American Pride. Now that's the real pretty one that he rolled out last year. He's got his uncle, I believe, and his grandpa and his dad on the hood of that truck, and they were both veterans. If you ever get a chance to look at that truck, it is beautiful. Get up close. Steve Blodgett with Old and Hostile. That's more of a local truck. Doesn't pull much Grand National, but jumping in when he can get close to home. Craig Dickin, the Cummins Killer 3. Craig Dickey, they're not far from home as either. This is kind of their hometown pull for Grand Nationals. This and Toma. Shane Kellogg and Trump is making his debut of the year. Ryan Funk and Funkin' Moving. Guys, this is a Badger State truck that pulled 3.6 Pro Stock last year, the last couple of years. Badger State points champion. They're jumping up to Grand National. Jeremy Yeager and the Trencher. Randy Strumstrom and the Gunslinger. That's a brand new truck as well. PK is trying to get back on. Then we got Justin Gerhardt with Cream of the Crop. Van Hazley, Rock Hard Ram. Brady Ingram driving Crosswired. That's Keith Witt's other truck. Him and Brady are kind of teammates. Brady helps him out a lot with that. And then we got Nick Gillette with Top Shelf. Jeff Meifect with Triple Alpha Process. Is it Hades edition? That's a heck of a name. And I haven't seen Jeff out in a couple of years, but he's pretty close up there to Hutchinson. Corey Funk and Groovin', that's Ryan's brother. Jeremy Yeager with the Pipe Dream, and then Carl Butler with One Nation. So tough, big group, tough track of Superstock diesel trucks there. Andy Leonard knows the drill. He's coming in first with Trump and Crosswired. Again, fans, if you're just joining us, this is called the Weighing In Preview Show, courtesy of Full Pull. We do this every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock Central before any Grand National hooks that we're going to be live streaming at. And we unveil the lineup, I know we got a lot of pullers watch this because they know the pulling order before they get there. Now we don't know the class order until the day of the pull. We called Marvin Epperson the other day just to kind of get a feel for it. And he says, "Hey, Jason, you know that I really don't know that until we get there and we can see the tracks and stuff like that." But I was trying to give PK and Chase a jump on some of their guests that they're going to have on the show. So Todd Morris, so Robert Minor, like Shane Kellogg and Craig Dickey. Chase, get your picks ready. You're first, buddy. You're our rookie. Todd Morris like Shane Kellogg and Justin Gerhardt, and Chuck Fowler like Shane Kellogg and Van Hazley as well. So 3 out of 4 fans so far have picked Shane Kellogg to finish, in the top 3. Remember, fans, pick 2 trucks to finish in the top 3 this Friday night in Hutchinson, Minnesota. Jace, who do you like there, big guy?
Well, I think I got to pick the Cummins Killer 3 as my first truck because, man, that truck is just – I don't even care how it runs. It just looks awesome. And then probably Brady Ingram for my second just because I think Brady's a heck of a driver, and I think he'll be competitive this year.
I like it. I like it a lot. Bert, what are you feeling here?
I'm going to go with Shane Kellogg and Trump. And I don't know a lot of these trucks. I've seen some of them run. But I'm going to have to go with Keith Witt on American Pride. Just because I've never seen that truck run, but by the way you describe it, it is first class. So that's where I'm going to go with that one.
I like it. I like it. PK, what are you thinking, sir? PK? Earth to PK. Earth to PK. Are you there, boy?
Earth, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go.
There we got you.
You're good. Yeah.
Okay, I want to see Carl Butler out of Pennsylvania with that One Nation truck. Show you know what I mean. Show that he can compete with the big guys on the other side of the country. And then I'm a big fan of the Trump truck, but I've got to go somewhere different with the cream of the crop. We're just going to go out of Circleville, Ohio, with Justin Gerhardt.
I like it. I like it. All these competitors are fun, but making some picks, that's what makes it fun for the fans and for us announcers. I'm going to take Craig Dickey with the Cummins Killer 3, and I'm going to take Trump as well. Shane Kellogg, I talked to him the other day. I got a buddy in Florida build an RC truck model of his truck, so I think that's pretty cool that he's letting my buddy do that down there in Florida. So good stuff. There's your Superstock diesel trucks. We have 3 classes left to go here, fans, for Friday as we unveil the lineups every Wednesday night here on the Weigh In preview show, joined tonight by Phil Kelly, Chase Steinman, who will be announcing this weekend for you, as well as Bert Forbes, who joined us in Benson a few weeks ago. I can't believe I can say a few weeks ago already. Let's move to the semi-truck class. RJ Simon picked up the big win down in Farley on Friday night, guys, what drivers wanted. Christopher Jeffries with Bad Dog. He's your first hook. Ryan DeBrew, your defending Grand National champ, is the second hook with Playing with Fire. RJ Simon's third hook with Drivers Wanted. Matt Catlin is fourth with Temperamental, followed by Mike Adams with Steer Trucking. Lonnie Saylor with the Holy Smokes. Lonnie likes this track. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there for you guys. He's had some monster passes up there. Ben Gordon with Let Her Rip Tater Chip. I love the name of that truck. Chet Shug with the 1987 Mac. Christopher Jeffries again with General Stupidity. Craig Braun with the Executioner. A lot of Minnesota trucks, guys. This is a hometown pull, or this is their closest time they get all year on the Grand National. Pat Island with just passing through in class. Chris Schrader with the Crazy KW did not make the call in Farley. They were waiting on some parts yet. And Brian Islandthorpe, I think Islandthorpe is the only multi-turbo truck in the class. I think everybody else is just one gigantic Charger or turbo under the hood. But Brian Islandthorpe with Nicky's Nightmare, also a past Grand National champion as well. This semi-class is amazing. And always the crowd goes crazy for these guys, so super excited for that. Chase, who do you like? Give me two. Give me 2 to finish in the top 3.
Oh, this one's really tough here. There's a lot of good trucks. I think I got to pick Christopher Jeffries for one of my trucks, just because he's kind of local to us as well. So got to cheer on the local guys, and I think you got to be crazy not to pick Playing with Fire too. So,
nope, I agree. We had him on Countdown to Pull Time down in Farley last week, and we had him and RJ both. RJ is a promoter and a puller, but it was good to hear from both of them. And RJ did end up getting the win Friday night, so it's pretty special. I think they had vehicles in 5 of the 6 classes, and that was the one that they picked off the win. And Bert, what are you feeling for semis, buddy?
I'm going to go with RJ after his win, and let's go with Let Her Rip Tater Chip.
I like it.
Ben Gordon, yeah.
I like it. He had a good pass in Farley on Friday night. PK, you got us, buddy?
Do you have me?
Yes.
So I want to go with the Bridgeport, Vermont native and Nikki's Nightmare of Brian Ethorpe. I want to hear them multi-chargers spool up. And then I'm going to go dark horse. And I'm thinking Mike Lee Adams out of Carver, Minnesota, a local guy, the Steyer Trucking. I like to see a regional guy do well.
Yep. Well, there's a few of them up there that night, and they can hang with the big boys. It's definitely there. So I'm going to take RJ Simon until somebody beats him. That's just how it's going to have to be with me. He's leading. He's got the first win of the year. And I'm also going to go with I want Lonnie Saylor. He's a hometown guy up there. This is their hometown poll. And Lonnie lights the wick, if you know what I'm trying to say. He leads nothing in the stack. He likes to head down the track. And I just want him to win because I want to interview him or RJ like that. So because you never know what old Lonnie Saylor is going to say. All right, fans. So we're 4 deep. And again, all this will also be on our website or the Full Poll app as well here for you to go back and look at that in case you missed the live. But again, if you're just joining us, this is the weigh-in preview show. We are going through the Power Poll Nationals pulling order for all the competitors. We're Friday night. And don't, again, fans, do not forget tomorrow night, for those of you in the Minneapolis area that want to come on out to the Elm Creek Brewery, I'm going to put that overlay up quick on the screen. Dave Richardson's foursome will be on display. We're going to be having a tailgate, our first tailgate of the year with Full Poll. We're trying to do more than just live stream. We're trying to, when we can take a 12,000 horsepower unlimited into the city of Minneapolis and hang out at a brewery for 3 hours, I'm guessing we might get some new fans. That's what our goal is. So. Mini rods. This is the biggest class of the night, guys. I think that's the same thing we saw in Benson, if I remember PK right or Bert.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then yeah, I think so too. And then two-wheel drives was our biggest class. We had there in what am I thinking of? In Farley. Yep.
Yeah.
So good to see that there for everybody. So I kind of have to maximize it. So I'm going to read these off of my screen here a little bit, guys. Bear with me. Adam Kester with Footloose is number 1. Kevin Campbell with Wild Cards number 2, followed by Cody Singletary and the Carolina Night Train. Tim Peisig with Fallout. Carly Pistoka with Working Nights out of Arlington, South Dakota. David Kupfer with the Hammer Time out of Canada. Holt Strickland with Just Ask. Kim Kwame with the Well-Oiled Machine out of Pennsylvania. Jeff Hurt with B Bear out of Port Clinton, Ohio. Renee Theobald, Pretty Wicked out of Shelbyville, Indiana. Troy Arndt, Sac City, Iowa with Slingshot. He won last year on Friday night. I do remember that. CJ Graysick with a Pile Driver out of Litchfield, Kentucky. Brian McDonald, Very Little Sanity. Lindsey Campbell with Short Fuse. Ron Tobin walked the line. He won Saturday night at Benson. Adam Bauer with the Iron Toy out of Peyton, Iowa. Adam Kester back with the Beast of Burden. Logan Peisig with Aftermath. I'm pretty sure that's their new mini rod, guys. I can't remember if Fallout's their new one or Aftermath's their new one, but they're obviously the sons of the great Mr. Peisig with his Alki Superstock. Cody Singletary back with Carolina Night Train. Jerry Cornett with the Happy Days out of Wyoming. Jeff Hurts back again with Little Bear. Chase Richardson with the Vibrator. Ken Benny with the Funny Little Farmall. Grandpa's Disaster, Brian Guza, and Grant Theobald with Little Wicked. I think I see 25 on that list, Bert. I got to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you can read them, then I'll just scroll up and down. But mini rod, I mean, it wasn't 10, 15 years ago. We'd only have 6 or 7 mini rods at the hook. And now, guys, it's one of the fastest growing classes out there by far. So it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Again, fans, we're asking for you to pick 2 tractors that you think will finish in the top 3. So Robert Miner's first in on our fan panel. Jeff Hurt, and I love how he spelled Hurt. That's awesome. Jeff Hurt and Footloose. Tyler Slaw's checking in tonight. Brian McDonald and Adam Bauer. When Tyler Slaw's making picks, guys, I would pay attention to that. That guy kind of knows what he's talking about. And we had his dad in the booth last week with Darren Hartwell and Farley. Bruce Slaw was on the mic. B-Bear and Funny Little Farmall. So Chase, as our rookie, I read through all those really fast. So can you pick 2 out of that big bunch, buddy?
Jeff Hurt and Little Bear is probably going to be my first pick, and probably Pretty Wicked as my second.
Nice. Good. Those Theobald tractors are on rails. Bert and PK, we had Grant on our countdown to pull time.
Yep.
Didn't we out there?
Yeah. I gotta go for Grant on this one too, but I'm gonna go with Jeff Hurt as my second one because that man only knows one way, and that is wide open. And if he ever gets that thing hooked, he's gone. I mean, it's just so that's where I'm going.
PK, you got any picks, bud? He lost his audio. Dang it. PK, push the button. So Phil lives in the mountains, everybody, and they get internet and electricity one day of the week, and he gets it for 2 hours, and he counts it for this. But you'll get to hear PK all you want here this Friday night on fullpull.live. So we'll just let him. At least he's a good-looking man. Chuck Fowler, Jeff Hurt, Little Bear, and Adam Bauer. I always pick after PK. Todd Morris says Jeff Hurt and Adam Bauer. I'm gonna go with Ron. I'm gonna go with Ron Tobin and Grant Theobald. They've already won this year, and I don't think that's easy to do. I think I like listening to Grant talk about their program he's got going on with his mom and his dad and talking about stuff. I just think the Theobalds are winning. Mason got their 2-wheel drive truck into the winner's circle or top 3 down there in Farley on Friday night. So I think they got things dialed in. So I'm gonna take Grant Theobald. I'm gonna take Tobin again, just because he got the win down there. I think Benson and Hutch are going to be similar type tracks. So maybe not taking all of the horsepower in the world, but you still got to get it hooked up and rock and roll. So those are my predictions there in Mini Rod. So the last class tonight, we're going to Unlimiteds, guys. First hook of the year for the monsters of the Midway, as I like to call them. We only get to see them so many times a year, and they are awesome. And we're going to give PK one more time. We're going to be like, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Phil Kelly. Can you hear us now, Phil Kelly?
I'm begging you. I went back to the cell phone and ditched the iPad.
This sounds way better, buddy.
It does.
What in the Pete living sakes? Anyway, I'm not done giving up on the Campbell tractors. I want Lindsay to put a whooping down. She had a rough ride there in Benson. The first hook drove it, out of bounds, but didn't.
She went to the Dairy Queen, Phil. She went to the Dairy Queen.
Absolutely. So I got her on one, and I literally want to go with both Campbell's tractors this weekend.
Okay, so we're gonna let Phil go first before he loses sound again on Unlimited. Don't take offense to this. But Billy Beers with the War Wagon. There is a T-shirt on Full Pull says "Don't F with Billy Beers." You got to go get that. Doug Theobald, Full Blown Wicked. Brad Benedict with Nonsense. Adam Bauer with Cross Threaded. Ricky Rosen, a Giddy Up Hometown Pull. He's your promoter. Doug Christensen with Pack Rat 4, and Ricky did get second down there in Farley. Kevin Criswell with Blown Set List. Joe Eater, Emax. David Richardson with the foursome, Mark Cole with the Gambler. And again, the foursome will be on display at Elm Creek Brewery tomorrow night from 5 to 8. They're in Champlin, Minnesota. So PK, first time we've seen the Unlimiteds this year on the Grand National Circuit. Give me 2 that you think will finish in the top 3.
I know, right? I can't decide. Like, I really want to see Doug do well with his Full Blown Wicked, but I think it's because I didn't choose Grant in the minis, and maybe that's my guilt. But I also am a big fan of Joe Etters, and his personality. I think I just like his personality, so I want to see him do well. I like to see his celebration. I like his personality. I want to bring him into the booth after a big win. He's entertaining.
That would be awesome. If you ever meet Joe Ader, everybody, and we've called him Eater, Eder, and Ader. I think it's Ader, but I don't know. Bert might know better than me.
I've always called him Joe Eder. So.
Yeah, if you ever meet Joe, shake his hand. It feels like he's got a glove on. So he's got big old hands, and he'll put a whooping on you. So you got to be nice. Chase Steinman, Unlimiteds, buddy. What do you like?
Unlimiteds. I like the full blown Wicked. I like their pulling team, and I like their how they do things. And then for my second tractor, I think this is tough. I think I'm going to have to go with the Gambler.
Okay.
Just going out on a limb here.
I like it. So it's my turn now. I am going to run with Mr. Adam Bauer with the cross-threaded because he's going to hate his tractor because he has not won anything yet this year. And there will be nothing left in the throttle, if you know what I'm trying to say there. And I'm going to pick Ricky Rose with the Giddy Up. It's his hometown pull. And this is Friday night. I'm not going to pick him to win on Saturday night because you never know what's going to happen to that thing. But I'm definitely going to pick it on Friday night up there to finish up. Again, fans are picking who you think. Give us 2 vehicles who you think's going to finish in the top 3. So when you look at a Friday night session there, guys, that is our Friday night session. 2 tracks, 6 classes, McLeod County Fairgrounds. We are going to go to Saturday night here in just a second. but I kind of want to rally the team here a little bit and see what they're thinking. All in all, I got to get rid of my overlay. Bert, when you see all those vehicles, first times out for the Unlimiteds, first times out for the Superstock diesel trucks, first time out for the Superstock diesel tractors, what are your thoughts as an announcer, and what do you think the fans are going to see? Because we got the Pro Stocks, this is their third hook of the year, and some of these guys, this is their first hook of the year. What's the storyline that you're thinking, Bert? I'm coming to you next, Chase. Okay.
The storyline I'm looking at right now is this is kind of like Benson. You've got a lot of first, in a couple of classes, you're running the first hook of the year. Are you going to be easy on it? Or are you going to gag it wide open? Are you willing to splatter it, or you just want to turn it up for the next night?
Now, when you say splatter, Bert, as a tractor puller, I don't like the word splatter. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, I'll give you the southern version. We call it a Waffle House.
A Waffle House.
Yeah, scattered, smothered,
Scattered,
covered.
smushed, mattered. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, scattered, smothered. I'm not saying I don't want that to happen, but these guys, you're running Grand National. You've got to turn it up. You've got to get that little jump. You've got to get ahead in the points, especially if you're the first hook of the year, Superstock diesel four-wheel drives and Unlimiteds. I mean, I didn't give you my pick for Unlimiteds, but I'm definitely going to go with Joe Etter, and I'm going to have to pick Kevin Creswell.
Oh, I didn't go to you. Yeah. I'm sorry. It wasn't.
No, you're good.
It wasn't personal. I promise. It wasn't personal.
And mini rods, that class, you're going to see that shuffle all season long of who's the top dog. I think there's too many strong tractors in there, and it just depends on the track, which vehicle works best for it.
I like it. Chase Steinman, what are you thinking?
Well, I like the early season hooks because it seems like in the early season hooks, you never know where the results are going to stack up. It could be, a tractor or a truck that we've seen at the bottom of the class the previous season. All of a sudden, they come out early in the season just swinging. So this is why I really like these first couple hooks. But I do agree with you, Bert, on the mini rods there. That class is just stacked with 20-some tractors. You don't know who's going to be at the top. So that's definitely one of my favorite classes to watch, and I think it's going to be interesting for sure.
I like it. PK, third hook of the year. You've been in the booth for one of the two so far. What are your thoughts as we look at this Hutchinson lineup for Friday night? And again, fans, both classes or all classes poll both nights. They will probably mix it up a little bit. And start time is 7 o'clock for everybody. And then countdown to poll time will start at 5 p.m. both nights as well, where you'll see PK and Chase talking with some local pollers and different things like that, previewing upcoming event. So PK, talk to us.
So some of the things I'd like to make sure we touch on is East Coast time versus Central time, and a lot of our viewers that when we're talking about sort of air times that they're normally East Coast mentions.
Yeah, I talk in Central all the time. Sorry, PK.
No, because I get it with my dad's like, hey, I want to try to subscribe. What time is it actually on? So some of those things. But I think some guys start looking at this point in the season, they're into their third hook, and they're starting to realize, am I chasing trophies or am I chasing points? Or can I do both? Like, depending on how that stacked up. If Farley had gotten their second hook in, we'd had 4 points garnishing events. Right now they got hook points. They didn't get their finishing points. So they all got 15. But still, when guys want to jump in and out of the system, we start looking at, are they chasing trophies or chasing points? Everybody says they're chasing points at the beginning of the year. And then other guys tend to light the wick for certain events, hometown polls, predominant polls, Bowling Green polls, Toma polls in another week. I like to see how that evolves when you start looking at the depth of the schedule and then who's signed up for what events.
Well said. I like that a lot. I'm sharing this. I forgot to share this to the Power Poll Nationals page, guys. Hold on.
Oh, of course. See, that's where everybody's watching this weekend.
No, we've had 1,100 views so far just on Full Poll Facebook. So
all those people who are buying tickets, if you live within 3 hours, right, Bert? Is that sort of our threshold?
That's it. 3 hours. Get it and go.
Oh man, I did look up the weather, but since I'm using my cell phone for my camera tonight, and I switched to the iPad because the iPad seemed to suck.
Yeah, Phil, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
I don't want you to touch anything. So
the weather looks phenomenal as well. There's a chance of a scattered shower early morning Saturday, but it just means they won't have to water the track as much.
There you go.
It's natural rain, so the level saturation I think will add to a great service.
So positive. So we're just going to go in the same order as we did before. I'm going to put you guys back on the bottom of the screen down here. Superstock diesel tractors. Friday night, our first hook. Who was our first hook on Friday night? Was it Dagenhart both nights?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
what are the chances? No, what are the chances of that? It is. I'll be damned.
It is, yeah.
Didn't that happen to somebody at the Pullers Championship too? Donnie Reeve and the 4-wheel drive trucks. That happened to him both nights too. So, and then fans, down the left side, that's the draw number. If you can see my mouse right there, like the one. Oops, shoot. I'll highlight that for you fans here.
So if they were at the window in the bingo ball, in essence, that's their bingo ball number in the draw category.
I've highlighted that. So that's, again, fans, that's how they do that. And that's something you really don't know. It's computer generated. It's random. And then the puller will put that number on the front of their pulling vehicle so they know how to get lined up. They go across the scales in order. Otherwise, Marvin starts yelling at them. But that's how we keep everything organized and keep everything moving. Farley was flying. So was Benson. We want something going down the track basically at all time for you fans. So Joe Dagenhart, first hook. Again, Kent Payne, Grand National Champion coming out. Number 2, Chris Rackner. Number 3 with a long haul harvester. Now this is a tractor that doesn't run Grand National points, but comes to this one because it's close to home. Can hang with anybody out of Emerald, Wisconsin. This tractor has a lot of Esden Lane influence. That's never a bad thing. Steve Burge, lock and load. Roger Peterson. I'm still on Friday night. Thanks, Bert. You just called me out, Bert. Hey, there we go. Wow.
Good call, Bert.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm your host, and I usually don't drink until after the show, but maybe we'll start early tonight. Thanks for catching up there. Hi, welcome to Saturday Superstock. Joe Dagenhart 1, Steve Burge 2, Esden Lane 3, Travis Schlaubaugh 4. Travis has the last hook on Friday night. Roger Peterson, I think the only John Deere in the class. Guy Bleckinger with Sleepless Nights. Steve Blagrade with the Red Horse. Colin Ross, Triple Bypass. Ken Rackner, Long Haul Harvester. Matt Goodwin, the Intimidator. Kent Payne with the Super Rooster. We don't need to make picks. We're going to run this down for you fans, but that's your Saturday night. Again, we're going to be making 2. You're going to be picking 2 winners. Fans, if you want to jump along with us, that's fine. We like that a lot, but I'm just going to keep reading these off as we go because we're 42 minutes into the show already. Pro Stock Saturday night. Braden Schramick, Youngblood, Jack Mays, Billet Binder, Peter Norton, Money on Black, Esden Lemke, New Generation Plus, James Ray, Mac Daddy, Tim Kane, Red Gambler, Brandon Simon, Loud and Heavy X, Robert Russell, The Workhorse, James Ray again with Mac Nasty, Brent Meyer, Ejected Funds, Chance McGrath, Last Chance 2, and then Brandon Simon will be the last hook on Saturday night in Pro Stock with Loud and Heavy. Superstock Diesel Trucks. We're going to go Van Hazley, number 1. Randy Sandstrom with the Gunslinger, brand new truck. I know it made it a couple weeks ago. Made an appearance at a brush pull. Made an exhibition pass. I saw the video of it. It was awesome. Steve Blodgett with Old and Hostile. You guys got to check this truck out. It's super cool looking. Got an old school body style on it. Justin Gerhardt, Green of the Crop. Jeremy Wager, the Trencher. Carl Butler. I just had to make sure I was on Saturday night again. I looked down, Bert. Carl Butler with One Nation. Corey Funk with the Funkin' Groovin'. Jeff Myfick with a Triple Alpha Process Hades Edition. Brady Ingram, Crosswired. Nick Gillette, Top Shelf. Shane Kellogg and Trump. Craig Dickey, Cummins Killer 3. Jeremy Yeager, Pipe Dream. Ryan Funk, Funkin' Groove, and Keith Witt with American Pride. And then we're going to go to semis for Saturday night. RJ Simon, Drivers Wanted, will set the mark to beat unless he turns it down. Chet Chug with the 87 Mac, one of the local guys out of Young America, Minnesota. Ryan DeBrew, again, your defending champ with Playing with Fire. Ben Gordon, Let Her Rip Tater Chip. Chris Jeffries. It's Jeffries, right? Am I saying that right, Chase?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the Bad Dog. He's your first hook on Friday night. Chris Schrader, Crazy KW. Matt Catlin with Temperamental. Brian Island Thorpe with Nikki's Nightmare. Craig Braun, the Executioner. Remember, fans, the Executioner is the old jacked up truck. That truck got very famous in Bowling Green when it tossed all its cookies out the front of it. Pat Island just passed them through in class. Chris Jeffries again with General Stupidity. Mike Adams with Steyr Trucking, and then Lonnie Saylor with Holy Smokes. And then fans, I'll move on to the mini rod class. Saturday night, Chase Richardson, first hook. Adam Bauer, number 2. Ron Tobin, number 3. Brian Guzza, Grandpa's Disaster, number 4. Renee Theobald, followed by Cody Singletary. Troy Arndt, Jerry Cornett, Adam Kester, Kevin Campbell, Holt Strickland. Just ask. Hope he has some better luck than he did at his hometown pull out in Benson. Jeff Hurt with Little Bear. Good to see him running some Grand National. Brian McDonald, Very Little Sanity. CJ Grisick with a Pile Driver. Ken Benny, Funny Little Farm All. The Well-Oiled Machine. I got to scroll I thought I'd scroll down this time instead. Kim Kwame with Well-Oiled Machine out of Baden. Is that Baden, Pennsylvania or Baden, Pennsylvania? PK. Do you know? Baden. Adam Kester with Footloose. Carly Pastuca with Working Nights. David Kupfer with Hammer Time out of Canada. Jeff Hurt with Be Bear. Grant Theobald, Little Wicked. Lindsey Campbell, Short Fused. Cody Singletary, Kara, Line of Night Train. So what am I missing yet? I'm missing Unlimiteds, right?
Yep.
I got to scroll my little sheet over here. Ricky Rose, Giddy Up will be your first hook. Billy Beers, War Wagon. Kevin Criswell, Blown Scentless. Joe Ader, Emax. David Richardson with the Foursome. Doug Theobald with Full Blown Wicked. Doug Christensen with the Pack Rat 4. Brad Benedict with Nonsense. Adam Bauer, Cross-Threaded, and Mark Cole with the Gambler, finishing out the Saturday night session. Did I get all of them, guys? 1,
Yes, sir.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Just want to make sure I did all of that. So, going to be an exciting evening, exciting weekend, third weekend on the Grand National Tours. Before we head into Toma, which is our Super National, our first Super National of the year. What are the rules again for it to be a Super National? You have to have every class twice. Is that the deal? Is that right? Am I saying that what an NTPA is a Super National?
And there's also an enhanced purse in that scenario as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
I hadn't negotiated them in a long time, so I don't know what's changed. So I'd hate to speak to it and not be accurate.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, Chase Steinman, we're excited to work with you for the first time in Full Pull Live. You're going to be our main announcer Saturday night. PK is going to be our main announcer Friday night. I'm going to run trackside all weekend. And then I'm going to be trying to find some interviews. What we do, fans, is we have announcer meetings ahead of time. And we kind of talk about some different things we want to try, some feedback we've heard from our fans, and mix it up. Farley was awesome. Really, the only glitch we had in Farley on Saturday night or Friday night was the trackside camera had a little issue glitching a little bit with audio. Otherwise, show went really, really good. We're super excited of that. So this will be our third week with our team and our staff, and I feel like we're starting to hit our stride a little bit. And then Toma's going to be 5 sessions, guys. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And what's fun about Toma, PK, and Bert and Chase is a lot of the pullers they go straight to Toma on Sunday. And they start filling up the parking lot. We already had our production meeting with Chris Schreier and Dave Keel, 2 of the promoters there in Toma. And we're going to be rolling in Saturday with the NTPA scoreboard, our production trailer, and the full pull merchandise trailer. And they're going to be there all week. Doug and Matt are the 2 full-time employees for Full Pull. They take that NTPA trailer around town, Toma, the 2 quick trips, and they leave it set all day. And we have a nice NTPA Toma promotional video running. Toma, this is year 49. And I think this is year 30 or 31, Julie Rose said, for the Power Pull Nationals up in Hutchinson. Again, what makes Hutch unique, it's the only Grand National in the state of Minnesota. There's not a ton of pulling in Minnesota. There just isn't. I think it's Minnesota. That's not Minnesota State. Can't remember what it's called, but there's a state association, part of the NTPA, with that pull in Minnesota. But this is the only Grand National. We're literally an hour from Minneapolis, guys. It's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. I'm super pumped to have everybody in there. And again, for you fans that can join us tomorrow night, I want to put that back up on the screen. We're going to have the Full Pull tailgate at Elm Creek Brewery in Champlin, Minnesota, Thursday night. The Unlimited Tractor Foursome will be on display. We're going to have some free swag to give away. We're going to have all the merchandise up. We're just going to be having a good time. I talked to the general manager of Elm Creek Brewery today. He's super excited about that as well. It's not every day they get a 12,000 horsepower to sit in the parking lot. Pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So let's wrap this up. I want to give everybody a couple minutes just to kind of tell me your thoughts about the season so far as we head into Hutchinson and then Toma. And then we got about a month off on the Grand National season before it cranks up, and then it's just nonstop. I call it hell weeks, where there's like a fair every single day. We go Chapel Hill and we just get going. So PK still got volume. So I want PK to talk before we lose him again. Okay. And then Chase, I'm coming to you next.
Okay.
So I want to know if they're going to fire up that mod downtown.
So I think we're going to be at a brewery, and I think there's going to be a really good chance around 7:30 or 8. I think we might fire it up.
I'm just saying, there's no
You gotta
better
do it.
advertisement for power and tractor pulling in general than firing up that multi-engine mod.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to really roll.
Fans, it's United Pullers in Minnesota. I got
Yeah.
and Chandler Pickler helping me out on that. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that. United Pullers of Minnesota. That's a state level association, part of the NTPA that, is probably the main dog there in Minnesota. So we got to talk to Dave Richardson. I'll text him real quick after the show and see if he's going to fire it up down there.
So NTPA just dropped a message at 7:09 p.m. that they've split Region 2 and they've decided which classes, light pro stocks, East and West, the hot farms, Northwest and Southeast. So if you'll jump over to, and we'll post this on our Full Pull Live site as well, but NTPA just had a little press release about how they're going to split Region 2 for the points chases. And that'll also lie into where you'll be able to tune in later on this year into Full Pull Live and watch the Enderley in the package, in the Full Pull package. But what I also want to know is when we're doing these brewery visits in the future, Chase and I are right now tonight texting back and forth how to move our flights up the whole night. We want to go too. We want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was going on, or else we might have to. Yeah, we'd have to fly out early.
Yeah, Chase, I tell you a little secret. I found out yesterday, so it's something that kind of came on. It's something that the PR company, Full Pull's investing a lot into marketing to promote these events in the cities that are close to that. They got a lot of extra pub and like press releases from radio stations and different things like that for Farley. Doing the same thing with Hutchinson. Obviously, Minneapolis is a major city in the country. I'm excited for that. Julie said they have 32 billboards up throughout the area, and some of them in Minneapolis to promote this event. And so we were talking to the marketing company, and they were working on a brewery. And shout out to Mitch at Elm Creek Brewery. He's going to have the time of his life tomorrow night, whether he likes it or not. So it's going to be fun.
I look forward to seeing him at the Hooks as well.
Yeah, I would say, guys, when you get into big cities, but like I call it Midwestern states, I still think you got a little country even in the cities, don't you guys think?
Oh yeah.
If they're not all city slickers like Chicago, right?
No.
I absolutely agree. It's not like into downtown of Miami. There's just a different culture there that's interested in things like this. That I think it'll be an easy draw and an easy sell. The hardest part of selling the sport is letting people know it's out there and it's available.
Chuck worked with us in Farley with Darren Hartwell. He says, "Damn it, I miss all the parties." Sorry, Chuck.
I agree, Chuck.
I agree. Yep.
It's nothing personal. Fans, we got about 5 minutes left. I want to wrap this up. Let us know what you think so far of the NTPA season. What are your storylines? What are your biggest surprises? What are your, what's your, I knew Brett Meyer would come out of the gate hot and Pro Stock. Let me know some of your thoughts like that. So we let PK talk. Chase Steinman, our young rookie. What are your thoughts heading into your first Full Pull Live experience and just kicking off this Grand National season, buddy?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the production. I know PK and I have talked about this before with live streaming and production. It seems like there's kind of a need for this in polling. There's really no high quality streams out there. So I think this is really cool that you guys are doing this, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I don't know about going after PK on Saturday. I'm going to have to try to top him with his announcing. That's not possible.
I'll buy you beer. It'll be easy, but I'll buy you beer. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, you don't have to. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you, you don't have to suck up to anybody. You can just be yourself. No, it's all good.
I'm excited though. Thanks for the opportunity, and I think it'll be fun this weekend. So
no, it's going to be fun. We're bringing in different announcers kind of all year. We kind of found out in February, March that we got to do this year. There was a lot of talk about it last year, and nothing ever really happened, and nothing got signed. And all of a sudden, bang! It got done right before the truck show. Then it was just like and so a lot of announcers. Bert, you were already busy, and PK, you're busy, and Chase, you were busy, but we kind of filled all the holes we could. So we're super excited for this. It's been a blast. I've never seen a production studio like what Full Pull has. It's amazing. It's the best of the best equipment. And, we're just hitting our stride. We have a lot of great people, and just the more reps we get, the better off we get with the graphics and the leaderboards and what looks good on the NTPA leaderboard for the crowd. What looks better for our fans. So our ultimate driving force is for you people at home watching this. But we also want to that's why you see that big leaderboard up there for the pullers, right? That's really for the people in the stands, and the leaderboard and the top 5 graphic. I love that top 5 graphic that our technical people put together. What PK, he forgot to pay his internet bill again. That's okay. He talks too much anyway, just like me. So I'm waiting for somebody like to snip it out there for me as well. So we'll keep jamming out there. But yeah, I'm just really excited for everything, guys. It's just so much fun. It's so good to see everybody, and we have the best of the best, and we get to be part of it, Bert and Chase, and it's awesome. It's really a great way to spend your weekend. And like you said, Chase, to bring high quality live TV for the sport, and we're just getting started, fans. We're just getting started. This is going to be a lot of amazing things. There's an amazing leadership team and ownership team with Full Pull. And this is just scratching the surface of what they want to do and where they want to take this and make this amazing. So there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of meetings. There's a lot of we're never satisfied. You got to keep jamming all the time. So pretty excited to be part of it. Great to have you part of it as well, Bert and Chase. Bert, what do you got left in your mind running around in there?
Well, there's a lot of stuff running around this time of day. But the biggest thing I see, we started off the season at Galat Motorsports Park, and we had some surprise winners in that one, I would say, especially in the mini rods with Mr. Tobin. And that was, to me, that was a big catch because you see all these big names, and he's always been a strong tractor, but that night, Saturday night, he stepped it up. So I think that's something you're going to, like I said earlier, mini rods class is going to be the one to watch. The Superstock diesel class, I really think that's going to be one of those things that could go either way too. So, used to it was kind of triple bypass everywhere, and now everybody's kind of, hey, he's back. Everybody's kind of stepping up. So I'm just excited to watch pulling. It's been a blast being part of this, and just like you said, we're living and learning all the time. And I just look forward to being at some more events with you guys and meeting a lot more of these pullers.
Yep. And we love all you fans. We love all the comments. We love all the feedback. We're going to start a GoFundMe page for PK's internet out there in Pennsylvania. And it's going to be good. I'm just going to kick him off. See you, PK. Love you, bro. See you. I'll pick you up at the airport Friday morning at 9:10. Here's some. I want to go through some. This is fun. Chuck Hobbs said, I had a blast working last weekend being announcer, distance inputter, or whatever I was, laugh out loud. Chase, he worked in a trailer like you're going to work on Friday night, and you and PK. I really want you announcers to get familiar with the production side of it as well. It's good for all of us to know because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. The best part of the season is Full Pull Live. You are all doing amazing things for the fans and pullers. Keep up the great work. Todd Morris, that means the world to hear. We're trying our best to do that. We have amazing people, and we're really trying to take this to the next level. So thank you, Todd, for being a subscriber. Thanks for your support. We just need all of you to let your friends and family know about this. What's great about it is you can go back and watch it over and over and over again with your subscription. I mean, that's awesome. Like at holidays, you can handle your parents or your in-laws for a couple hours. Then you just sneak off into the other room, say you're going to take a nap, you bring up fullpull.live, and you go back and watch Toma or whatever you want to do. So Mike Steffen says leaderboard lettering needs to be bigger. Couldn't read it all from the stands and the format you had in Farley. Yeah, Mike, and that leaderboard is for us, for the fans at home. We can try to do that around that. I think the NTPA leaderboard's from like 2011, guys. So yeah. It's an older leaderboard, older billboard, and just it's the graphics on there to do that. So when we put that leaderboard, that's up for our fans at home watching on the live stream. Just full honesty with you there, Mike. That's what it's all about. We want to give everybody that there. But I know what you're talking about, Mike. That's why we put that big leaderboard up there for all of you as well. And of course, you'll have your house sound in there as well. Andy Leonard says, I wish I could hear the womp womp better on the live stream. I don't know why you can't hear the womp womp better on the live stream, Andy. So I hear the womp womp pretty good. I've been back and listened to all of it. So
he may have the same internet as PK.
Well, Todd's saying the same thing. Yes, wish the sound was a little louder. So, man, guys, I've listened to it. I would find that volume button in your house a little bit. I don't know. I've listened to all of it. We want to keep it balanced out between the announcers and the sound a little bit. So, again, it's always better to be there in person. Not going to take that away from anybody. But again, I'll talk to our producers and our tech people and see if we can crank up those mics a little bit, because there's a fine line between loud and then they get too hot and then they start to crackle, and we don't want that at all. So, but cool. We appreciate the feedback. We appreciate your support. Chase, it's going to be great to see you Friday morning at the Minneapolis airport at 9:10 a.m. Hopefully flights come in on time, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
We'll get you to Hutchinson, and you and PK will start rounding up your announcer or your guests for countdown to pull time. Again, we'll be back Friday night, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern for countdown to pull time. Talking about all that. Chuck says, be careful this weekend, Chase. Jason might make you cry if you can't take it. I'm just kidding. The booth is very action-packed, Chase. It's very action-packed.
Yeah.
You have to check. We have a sign that says no feelings inside the production. All good. And then Andy Leonard says, y'all good? I love it. No, it's all good. PK says, I wonder if we can put one size on the track leaderboard and manual size on the TV show. And the answer is no, Phil, because that stream that comes in goes out to the board.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just like there's one really, really big screen there and the track. So, but again, this is year number 1. We're just getting started, and I know things will improve for everybody involved. So on behalf of Full Pull, we can't wait to see you this Friday and Saturday night live at fullpull.live at 7 p.m. Please join us. I'll put that up there one more time. If you can, Thursday night, join us from 5 to 8 at Elm Creek Brewery. It's going to be great. Come out, see the foursome, have a beer, enjoy some Unlimiteds. We're going to see if Dave will start the tractor up for us. And that'll it's like, what is it in Louisville, Bert? Like the first time something goes down the track on Wednesday night, somebody always calls the fire department, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I always hear that story. I don't know what they'll call the fire department or 911, or they'll think it's an air raid, but it'll be awesome. Awesome. On behalf of Bert Forbes, Chase Steinman, my name is Jason Schultz. We'll see you on fullpull.live. That's where the greatest motorsport on earth streams. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
NTPA Pool in Minnesota as the best competitors in pulling roll into McLeod County Fairgrounds on June 14th and 15th. 6 Grand National classes will compete at the 2024 Power Pool Nationals Multi-Engine Unlimited Tractors, Heavy Superstock Diesel Tractors, Mini Modified Tractors, Pro Stock Tractors, Diesel Superstock 4x4 trucks, and the Super Semis. Pulling starts at 7 p.m. sharp both nights in Hutchinson, Minnesota. McLeod County Fairgrounds.
For the greatest motorsport on earth, introducing Full Pull Live, your front row seat to all the action. Don't miss our next NTPA Pull, Power Pull Nationals, live from Hutchinson, Minnesota. Sign up at the brand new low price of $39.99 a month. Full Pull Live, the greatest motorsport on earth.